Hi again. Up until now we've been concentrating on shape and also on edges. You get lost edges and you get hard found edges, which is great because that leads us very nicely on to tackling something like reflections, because reflections are all about edges and all about tonal shape. So what I suggest you is grab yourself a spoon, and this is actually a different spoon to the one I've drawn, but never mind, it's a spoon. So if you grab yourself a spoon and draw the shape of the spoon, and then the very first shapes you're looking within the spoon are the black shapes, the very, very darkest shapes you can find, because you've got to tune your eyes into this, and your eyes can see dark tonal differences. So you'll start off with something like this, where you're just looking for the black shapes. So once you've done that, then I want you to look for the opposite. I want you to look for the highlights or the white shapes. And I'm going to kind of exaggerate this for you. But you start drawing any shapes that you can find. So I can see there's one there, and there's a bit of a funny one there. Now you'll find with a spoon that often a white highlight is on the edge. So if you remember, this is why you need to tone the edge up to the edge of the spoon, because you've got this little white highlight here. So it's the dark shapes first, very, very dark shapes, the very, very light shapes, and then by the time you've done that, your eyes would have tuned in a little bit, because do you remember, it takes quite a while for your eyes and your brain to tune in. So then you start looking for the shapes in between. So here I found shapes like that, which was a mid-tone. I found shapes like that. Obviously, I'm just highlighting these for you to show you the sort of things you're looking for. And you'll find, as you go on, you'll start to see more and more. What I want you to also bear in mind is what determines something looking like a reflection? Two things. If you can get very dark against very light and some hard edges, so something like where we've got light there against very dark, and if you've also, and that's quite hard edge, you can see an edge between that and an edge between that and that, but you've got other areas where you can't really see an edge. That's a darker tone there, and it sort of whooshes into that tone there. And this is where you've got a soft edge or a lost edge. And this is where this torchon comes in very handy. So if I show you another example, this was of a little metal pot that I had. And again, these are the shapes I'm looking for. Again, I've rather exaggerated them for you. But you've got areas like this. Look where you've got soft edge there. You can't actually see where that tone starts and that one finishes, and you've got some hard edges, and you keep building up. And again, I've slightly exaggerated it for you, but you'll see there we are, we've got soft edges here, but you've got some quite hard edges there. Remember, you've also got this little fella, and this is really useful, because if you find you've toned in an area you don't want, what you can do is just give it to a point, and you can pull areas out, and it'll pull out any amount of pencil, so that you can restore some of the white of the paper. So there we are. You can either do something like a spoon. If you're a bit freaked out a spoon, then anything bright and metally, so the edge of your toaster, or anything you can think of, just have a look around your kitchen and find a very shiny metally object and have a go at drawing it and toning it in. And that's all. Thank you very much.